Hey everyone, this is Graham Peoples with Methodical Coffee, and today we're going to talk through how to brew a pour over. To start, you're just going to rinse out the paper filter, getting rid of any papery taste, and you're going to want to dump out that rinse water so that it doesn't dilute the coffee. We're going to use a 1:16 ratio for this pour over, so we're going to weigh out 28 grams of coffee and we're going to use 450 grams of water in total. After you've weighed out the coffee, you just want to shake the Kalita back and forth a couple of times to even out the coffee bed and ensure evenness when you start pouring. The first pour we're going to do is called the bloom. We're going to start the timer right when we start pouring and pour just 50 grams of water to evenly saturate the coffee grounds and begin the degassing process. At the 30-second mark, we're going to do the first pulse. For the first pulse, we're going to pour an additional 200 grams of water, starting in the middle and working your way out to the edges and back to the middle every time you pour. You should finish the first pulse by around the 45-second mark, so the coffee has about 15 seconds to breathe. At the 1 minute mark, we're going to start the second pulse. For the second pulse, we're going to pour an additional 100 grams of water. You'll want to be a little bit more gentle with this pour, but again starting in the center, working your way out to the edges and back to the center. At the 2 minute mark, we're going to start the third and final pulse. Once again, we're going to pour 100 grams of water, slightly more gentle than the first two, but still starting in the center, working your way out to the edges and back to the center. After the third pulse, we're going to let the coffee drain. And once the coffee is fully drained, your pour over will be finished. The coffee should have fully drained by around the 3.5 minute mark, or anywhere between 3 and 4 minutes. You should have a nice flat bed at the end of the pour over, and your coffee will be ready to serve.